So you're heading to Spain? Lucky you. Beautiful beaches, incredible food, stunning architecture everywhere you look. But hold on a second. Before you start planning that sangria-fueled Instagram feed, we need to talk. Because Spain has rules. Cultural norms that locals take seriously. And if you break them? You're not just embarrassing yourself, you're broadcasting to everyone around you that you're a total tourist. Today we're diving into the absolute worst things you can do in Spain. Trust me, you'll want to know these before you land in Madrid. First up, let's talk about dinner. You know what screams "I just flew in from Ohio"? Showing up to a restaurant at 6 p.m. expecting dinner service. In Spain, dinner doesn't even start until 9 or 10 at night. Some places won't even open their kitchens until 9:30. If you waltz into a local spot at 6 asking for paella, the staff will literally laugh at you. This isn't being difficult, it's centuries of cultural rhythm. Spaniards eat late because they live late. The whole country operates on a different clock. Next mistake? Ordering coffee like you're still at Starbucks. In Spain, coffee culture is an art form with specific rules. You don't order a venti iced caramel macchiato with extra foam. You order a café con leche in the morning, maybe a cortado mid-afternoon. And here's the kicker: never, ever order a cappuccino or milky coffee after lunch. Spaniards only drink milk-based coffee in the morning. Afternoon and evening? It's espresso only, baby. Break this rule and watch every local in the cafe judge you silently while sipping their tiny, perfect shots of coffee. Let's bust a myth real quick. Everyone thinks Spain shuts down for siesta and everyone's napping. Wrong. Well, half wrong. Yes, many shops close between 2 and 5 p.m. But Spaniards aren't necessarily sleeping, they're having long lunches with family, running errands, or just taking a break from the afternoon heat. The problem? Tourists who don't plan for this. You'll be standing outside a closed shop at 3 p.m. wondering why nobody wants your money. Banks, government offices, smaller shops, they're closed. Plan your day around it or waste hours staring at locked doors. Here's something that'll blow your mind. Sangria? That drink you think is quintessentially Spanish? Locals almost never drink it. It's a tourist trap. A gimmicky picture designed to separate you from your euros while giving you a sugar headache. Real Spaniards drink wine. Tinto de Verano. Vermouth. Beer. Cava. But not buckets of fruit-soaked sangria at some plaza restaurant with laminated menus in 6 languages. If you want to drink like a local, skip the sangria entirely. Order a crisp white wine or a proper red and actually taste what Spanish vineyards produce. While we're on food, let's talk paella. This is Valencia's gift to the culinary world, and Valencians are fiercely protective of it. So when you order seafood paella for dinner in Barcelona, you've already messed up twice. First, traditional paella is a lunch dish, not dinner. Second, authentic Valencian paella doesn't even have seafood, it's got rabbit and snails. That shrimp-covered rice you're getting? That's arroz marinero or paella mixta, and it's made for tourists. If you really want paella, go to Valencia, order it at lunch, and get the traditional version. Anything else is basically Spanish food cosplay. Tapas time. You've probably heard Spain is the land of tapas. But here's what nobody tells you: tapas culture varies wildly by region. In some cities like Granada or Salamanca, tapas come free with your drink. In Barcelona or Madrid, you're paying for every little plate. Also, don't go to a tapas bar expecting a full sit-down meal with a waiter hovering. Tapas bars are social, loud, casual spots where you stand at the bar, order a few small plates, eat quickly, and maybe move to the next bar. It's called a tapeo, a tapas crawl. One bar, 1 or 2 tapas, then you move on. That's the rhythm. Big one here. Don't assume everyone speaks Spanish in Spain. Yeah, you read that right. Spain has multiple official languages. In Catalonia they speak Catalan. In the Basque Country, Basque. Galicia has Galician. And locals are proud of these languages. They're not dialects, they're distinct tongues with deep cultural roots. So when you're in Barcelona and you assume everyone wants to speak Castellano Spanish, you might get some cold shoulders. At minimum, learn a few words in the regional language. It shows respect and opens doors. The effort matters more than perfect pronunciation. Heading to the beach? Cool. Just know that Spanish beaches have unwritten rules. Topless sunbathing is completely normal and legal, nobody bats an eye. But wearing your shoes on the sand? Walking around the city in just your swimsuit? That's considered tacky and disrespectful. Beaches are for swimwear. The moment you leave the sand, cover up. Also, don't blast music from portable speakers. Don't reserve spots with towels at dawn like it's a cruise ship. And for the love of all that's holy, take your trash with you. Spaniards love their beaches and they want to keep them beautiful. Show some respect. Tipping in Spain is nothing like the States. There's no mandatory 15 or 20%. In fact, most Spaniards just round up the bill or leave €1 or €2 for good service. That's it. Servers earn actual wages, so they're not surviving on tips. If you leave a huge American-style tip, you'll confuse everyone and mark yourself as a tourist. Now, this doesn't mean be cheap. If service was exceptional, leaving 5 or 10% is generous and appreciated. But you're not obligated. Bad service? Leave nothing. It's totally acceptable. The pressure just isn't there like it is back home. Flamenco is gorgeous, passionate, and deeply rooted in Spanish culture, specifically Andalusian culture. But here's the thing. Those flamenco shows advertised in every Barcelona tourist district? Most of them are watered-down performances designed to extract cash from visitors who don't know better. Real flamenco happens in intimate tablaos, often in Seville, Granada, or Jerez. It's raw, emotional, and often improvised. The dancers and musicians are artists, not entertainers doing the same routine 8 times a day. If you want authentic flamenco, do your research. Find a real tablao. Pay a bit more. The experience is worth every single euro. Public transportation in Spain is incredible. Clean, efficient, affordable. But tourists still mess it up. First, don't block the metro doors. Spaniards have places to be in. Zero patience for someone standing in the doorway checking Google Maps. Step inside or stay out. Second, validate your ticket. Seriously. Just because there's no turnstile doesn't mean it's free. Inspectors do random checks and the fines are steep. Third, keep your belongings close. Pickpockets absolutely target distracted tourists on crowded metro cars. Stay aware, keep your bag in front of you, and don't flash your phone or wallet unnecessarily. Common sense goes a long way. Lunch in Spain isn't a quick sandwich at your desk. It's the main meal of the day, often lasting 2 hours or more. This is family time, social time, sacred time. Restaurants offer Menú del Día, a fixed-price multi-course lunch that's an incredible deal. But don't rush it. Don't scarf down your food and ask for the check 10 minutes later. Spaniards linger. They talk. They enjoy course after course without checking their watches. If you're in a hurry, grab a bocadillo from a cafe. But if you sit down for a proper lunch, commit to the experience. Slow down and savor it like the locals do. Here's a cultural difference that trips up a lot of visitors. In Spain, constant complaining is seen as incredibly rude and exhausting. That American tendency to loudly critique everything that's not exactly how you want it? That doesn't fly here. Your hotel room isn't perfect? The restaurant is too loud? Service is slower than you're used to? Keep it to yourself unless it's truly unacceptable. Spaniards value a relaxed, go with the flow attitude. They'll solve real problems, but they have no patience for nitpicking or negativity. Embrace the differences instead of fighting them. You'll have a way better time and locals will actually want to help you. Let's talk Barcelona for a second. Every first-time visitor heads straight to Las Ramblas thinking it's the heart of the city. Newsflash, it's a tourist trap of epic proportions. Overpriced restaurants with mediocre food. Aggressive street vendors. Pickpockets working overtime. Locals avoid it completely unless they absolutely have to pass through. You want real Barcelona? Head to Gracia, El Born, or Pobl Secretary. Eat where there are no English menus. Drink where locals actually drink. Las Ramblas has its place for a quick walk and people watching, but don't waste your time or money thinking it represents authentic Barcelona. Because it absolutely doesn't. Spanish people dress well. Not fancy necessarily, but put together. Clean shoes, fitted clothes, thoughtful outfits. Then tourists show up in wrinkled cargo shorts, beaten-up sneakers, and fanny packs, looking like they just rolled out of a hostel bed. Which, okay, maybe you did. But it marks you instantly. You become a target for scams, overcharging, and general disrespect. You don't need designer labels, just some effort. Wear proper shoes instead of athletic sandals. Choose fitted pants over giant shorts. Throw on a nice shirt. Spaniards notice these things and they'll treat you differently when you look like you care. First impressions matter here more than you think. Look, Spain is an incredible country with rich culture, amazing food, and some of the warmest people you'll ever meet. But like anywhere, there are rules, spoken and unspoken. Respect the culture, adapt to the rhythms, and don't assume your way is the right way just because it's what you're used to. Eat late. Drink local wine. Learn a few words of the regional language. Dress decently. Slow down and enjoy the moment instead of rushing through experiences like you're checking boxes. Do that, and Spain will absolutely blow your mind in the best possible way. Now get out there and have an adventure. Just don't do any of the stuff we just talked about. You've been warned.